Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Coopersthaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high.
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for coming on and watching Cooper's Thai Adventure live stream. Philip Hugh, I see you in the background. I'll add you to the stage in just a minute. Just stay where you are right there. You guys can't see him, but I can in the studio. He's waiting to come on and introduce himself. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a subject that affects all those that want to retire. And that is crime. Does Thailand have crime? If so, what's the crime like? Is it the type of place that you'd want to bring a woman or a child or your parents or your grandchildren to come visit? And it's an important topic that I think that we haven't really addressed that much on the channel, and it needs addressing. It really does. Because in the West, we know what crime's like. We've seen it face to face. If you're from America, you've seen gun crime. I don't care where you live in America, you've seen some form of gun crime. Or you, if not in person, you've seen it on the news that it's happening at 7-Elevens, mom and pop alcohol stores, grocery stores, taxi drivers getting robbed at gunpoint. It happens, and it's big in the US. In Europe, you hear a lot about knife crime, people getting stabbed, illegal migrants raping people. You hear about all these things happening in the news where you're from. So I thought we'd address what it's like here in Thailand. And if you watch any YouTuber, you really want to watch this live stream right here, because I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to tell you exactly like it is, exactly what sort of crimes are here in Thailand and what you need to be aware of. So if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, wait 1 minute, and you can join in the comments. I will stay on air until every comment is read by myself, and that is a promise I make every single live stream. So without further ado, let's see who we got for our special guest. Let me move this over, add him to the stage. There we go. Philip, how are you?
All right, Cooper, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Where are you from, bud?
New York City. I'm the gentleman who worked for EMS in New York City and is coming over. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I promised you last week that I would get on this week because I was having trouble. So here I am.
Okay, so tell me, what's crime like in New York City right now?
Oh, God. I was just watching the news this morning, and there was a bus driver in my local area here in Brooklyn that was actually shot and killed a couple of days ago because he tried to get somebody to pay the fare.
Somebody didn't want to pay the fare on the bus.
Correct.
So they shot and killed the bus driver.
So they shot and killed the bus driver. It's getting bad here in the West. It's really getting bad. That's why, I came across your channel and I started watching for a little bit, especially your, condo reviews and everything. And I'm like, man, this sounds like a place, that I could really enjoy,
Now, have you ever been to Thailand before, Philip?
No. I am planning on coming out in November. I originally said September, but with NGOs, things change all the time. But the current plan is for me to come out in November, kind of look around, take your advice, look around, see how things are,
Now,
and if it's someplace. I'm sorry, oh God, I just turned 54 last
54,
month.
okay, 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's never too early and never too late. As long as you're over 50, you can get a retirement visa in Thailand. So let's get started with the show, folks, and welcome Philip to the live stream. First time coming onto the live stream. And he's looking to retire out here in Thailand and come out to do a recce, I guess we'll call it for want of a better word, in November. So what is crime like in Thailand? Well, I'll tell you what crime is like. Petty. That's right. It's petty crime. You very, very, very rarely, and I mean in the 9 years I've been in Thailand, folks, I've only heard of this twice of a shooting. Once was in Bangkok by a police officer's son who had a mental illness, got his revolver, went to the local mall and just thought he was playing a Duke Nukem video game shooting things. And he has been put in a mental hospital for life by the Thai government. The other one happened where a woman shot her husband up in Isan for having an affair. And he was a farmer and he was allowed to have a shotgun, and she shot him in the gonads and he bled and died. True story. That happened about 12 years ago. But other than that, you never hear about gun crime in Thailand. Okay, what about knife crime? Stabbings. Everybody's got knives, Cooper. Come on, Okay, knife crime, sort of unheard of in the retirement area here in Pattaya, in Jomtien, where I live. It's sort of unheard of. In the rural areas, you might get some people drink some of that lao cow, we call it over here, and get in a fight and a knife gets used, but you don't hear of tourists getting stabbed. The main death you hear about in regards to tourists are involved either vehicles, getting drunk, getting on a scooter, driving, and having an accident, wrapping around a light post, and they're no longer here with us. those sort of things you do hear about on the media, on the news. I must admit, there's plenty of news channels on YouTube that you can watch about Thailand that are in English. Um, Fabulous Pattaya is a radio station that's out here, and they have a YouTube channel. Very good. They report a daily news of what's happening in the region. And I watch them a lot. I get a lot of information from them. And the other thing is drowning. Again, it's due to alcohol related. We don't really have rip currents out here that'll pull you out to sea. Nothing like that. The beaches are very safe. The water is very safe. Sharks, have them in every ocean of the world. You have sharks, and you have them here in Thailand too. You have black tips sharks here, but again, black tips are not dangerous. I'm a fully qualified scuba diver. I've been doing it for over 30 years, scuba diving, and I've never been afraid or had cars for alarm with a black tip shark ever. And I've swam with hundreds of them in my 30 years of scuba diving. Very rarely we get a tiger shark. Maybe once every 20 years, one may come in to the area. But again, no fatalities from shark attacks here in Thailand. And we get other sharks here, but they tend to be the plankton eating sharks, the whale sharks that, again, they're huge, humongous. That's why they're called whale sharks. Don't bother you. You know, Darlene and I have been swimming with whale sharks. Not a problem. They're tame as anything. They're like dolphins. You know, they don't care about us. You know, they're all about eating very tiny fish. They have very tiny teeth. So the waters are very safe, except for those that get drunk and drown. The only violence we ever hear about in Thailand is it's like bar fights. Some young buck in their 20s goes to a bar and you know, he gets one too many and then gets in a fist fight. Well, I can tell you right now, there's hundreds of security guards here in the bar areas in Pattaya. They stop it before it even starts, 99.7% of the time. And they call the police. They get a hold of the tourist police. The person gets arrested that started the fight, and it's all done and dusted. You really don't see any physical violence here in Thailand. So what sort of crimes do we have? Like I said, we have petty crimes. Well, petty crimes tend to be you go to a bar and you order a drink, and you get a cup. They give you a cup and they put what they call the bin, which is your bill. See you later, honey. That's the wife. And anyways, they put the bill inside the cup and you pay it at the end of the night when you're done. And people sometimes have said to me, "Hey, Coop, I only ordered 3 drinks, but I got charged for 5." You know, and that there could be considered petty crime. But what I found is, for example, my drink is Jack Daniels and Coke. That's what I drink, Jack Daniels, Diet Coke. I can't drink beer. I'm diabetic. It spikes my sugar. So I drink Jack Daniels and Diet Coke. We went to a bar on Jomtien Beach Road, and I noticed I was charged separately for the Coke. And I thought, they don't do that in Thai bars. They just charge you for the Jack Daniels because they have the soda on tap, and they just put a splash in there, and you're never charged for the splash here. And I noticed the difference, and the waitress said, "Did you have a can of Coke with it? You know, can of Diet Coke, and therefore that's why you were charged for the 2." I said, "No. You know, I always ask for a Jack Coke Zero," and they just put a splash in with the little gun there. And the waitress I spoke to pay the bill spoke to the waitress that served me and said, "Did you serve him a can of drink?" And she said, "No." And she says, "Oh, in that case, I'll take that off your bill." And she was very nice and polite about it. And I didn't have a problem. I do notice from time to time, expats will go out for a drink and they think they had, 4 or 5 drinks and they actually had 12, you know, because once you get to that point, you forget because your brain isn't exactly with us. And that is something that happens here. Other crimes are like petty crimes, agents running away with your money that you paid for your condo or your house. It happens. And unfortunately, there's not a lot you can do about it except know your rights. As long as you got your tenancy agreement signed by the owner, signed by the agent, you're protected under Thai law, because Thai law says that the agent doesn't work for you, the renter. It works for the owner. And if the agent runs away with the renter's money, it's on the owner, not the tenant, because the agent works directly for the owner and it's their employee. And that's the way they look at it. You've got a bad employee. Well, that's your fault. It's not the fault of the tenant. And therefore, they don't have to move out if you've not received your rent for 6 months because the agent pocketed it. Not your problem as a tenant. That is a landlord agent problem. So therefore, we got a lawyer, and the lawyer was very cheap. Cost us like $30. That's all it cost, $30 to $60. And she represented all of us that were staying at Dusit Grand Park 2 and told the developer, that's your employee. That was your manager. You know, so you can't blame the tenants, and they have the right to stay here until the end of the contract. They can pay you directly now because you've obviously fired her, but you can't hold the tenants at fault. And we all won, and it didn't even set foot in a courtroom. The developer said, okay, that's the law. That's the law. Fine. We'll honor the law. And everything was great after that. Crimes here in Thailand tend to be because people brag about money. They come over here, they think they're the 2-week millionaire, and they go to these bars and they meet up with the girls and they're like, yeah, I got $100,000 in the bank, you know, and they're showing them on their cell phone, their bank balance. And then these girls are saying, you know, I love you. They're believing it, thinking she's the best thing since sliced bread. And all of a sudden she got a sick buffalo and can I have some money, please? There's no buffalo. There's no sickness. It's a scam. You know, those are the white collar crimes that I call here in Thailand. Violent crimes, crimes of passion, things like that just don't happen. You don't hear about it on the news. And that's why I think Thailand has become the place that it has, and that a lot of expats want to retire here. A lot of our subscribers are married. A lot of them are single. A lot of them are married. And then we have subscribers here that bring their children. You know, they got married late in life and had kids later in life. And we have several that have their kids here and they're having a great time. The wives love it. I ask all of our single subscribers, female women that come to the meet and greets, you know, what's it like for you in Thailand? How is it from a woman's perspective? They all say the same thing. It's safe. They've never felt threatened. In the West, they wouldn't dare go out to the market at night, you know, for fear of their safety, for fear of getting raped, for fear of getting mugged, for fear of getting attacked, robbed, you know, anything. They said, I don't feel that here in Thailand, Coop. I don't even, in the West, I'd be walking at night, I'd be looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds. Here in Thailand, I'm not doing that because it feels safe. I meet up with these people at our meet and greet every month. Our next meet and greet's this Tuesday at Fraser's at 6 p.m., by the way, just a reminder. And I ask them, how's it been for you? Anything changed? You still feeling safe? You know, any problems? What have you noticed, you know, in regards safety wise? Nothing's changed, Coop. It's still like it was the day one that we got here. I feel fantastic. I feel safe. I've never felt threatened. I don't have any wolf whistlers. I don't have any perverts looking at me or anything like that. And I say, there you go. That's Thailand for you. And they're loving it, folks. And you guys can too when you finally get here. But I have to have this conversation with you. So I'm going to ask our viewers, our subscribers that are now in the chat, to be 100% brutally honest and tell us in the live stream any crime that they've experienced here in Thailand. And I'm going to read it all out on today's live stream. So without further ado, welcome, Philip. Thank you for coming on and joining us. And we'll get started in the comments, starting off with our resident professional, Mr. Alfa Romeo. He says, I honestly believe that Thailand is much safer than most North American cities and other parts of Western European major cities. Yes, I have traveled to numerous destinations worldwide, and he has. He's been all over the world. He works in sales, folks. He works for a bicycle company that him and his buddies started from scratch, so he's a co-owner, and he travels all around the world selling these professional Italian bicycles that people use in like Tour de France and stuff like that, you know, on the professional bike races. And he's been all over Asia. He's been all over Europe, North America, South America. And if he's telling you it's safe, then yeah, he's one you definitely want to believe, because he knows from experience. He's been coming to Thailand on and off probably as long as I have, for about 20 years. Michael Villa's up next and says, as long as you use your brain, you will be safe. Same anywhere you go. All places have crime. That is true. Keep yourself out of bad areas. Trouble can always find you. It's how you respond that's key. Yeah. Very good point there, Michael. If you see somebody acting up, walk away. Don't get in the middle. It's not your problem. You don't know them. They don't know you. What you going to get involved for? You know, that person may have a knife and end up stabbing you, and you be one of the first on the news here in Pattaya, you know, expat stabbing. You know, don't get involved. Walk away. You know, if it's happening in your bar or restaurant where you are, get up, move to another table further away from it. Don't get involved. Tell the staff, they'll get security over there and it'll get sorted very, very fast. I promise you. And then he goes on to say, Michael, hit that like button. Yes, please. If you haven't yet, pound it. It's free. Come on. We give you all this fantastic advice for free on our channel. Least you can do is say thank you and give us a thumbs up. That's all we ever ask. Nomad Jack says, good evening, CBD and gang. In all of Asia, I have never felt unsafe. I can't say the same. I felt unsafe in certain parts of the Philippines. I must admit. I've been to Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Malaysia. I never felt threatened in any of those places. I did it a couple times in the Philippines, but Philippines is like America. A lot of people got guns. They're sort of gun crazy in the Philippines. Over here in Thailand, it is exceptionally hard to get a gun license. And the majority of people that have guns over here are either the military, the police, or the shooting ranges. And they have license and they have trained experts. So you can go to the shooting range and hire their guns and fire off a couple rounds at some targets. But other than that, very few people have the right to have guns in Thailand. And he goes on to say, morning here. It's minus 16 degrees and waiting for 20 inches of snow. I've heard there's a bad storm coming. What say you, Philip? What's the weather like in New York right now?
About the same. Right now, it's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit. No snow yet. They're expecting a really bad storm to come through tomorrow, starting at about 5 a.m. Our time.
I've seen it. It's plastered all over the news over here.
Mm-hmm.
I get the American news channels.
Yeah, you know, it's probably going to be one of the worst we've had here in New York City, I would say within the past 10 to 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, the sanitation department here in New York City has already put out a call for people to become temporary workers to help clear the snow from the roadways and everything.
Okay. You got
You
any
know,
snow
but
right now?
right now, no. But it's very cold. You
Mm,
know, like I said, it's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit
mm.
with a feel like temperature of just above zero.
Yeah, I can imagine that. My brother lives in Buffalo, so he's got similar weather to you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in Buffalo, they get the lake effect off of, I believe it's Lake Superior.
Mhm.
So they get that lake effect off of the lake, you know, where I live, which is just, it's near the beach. We get that sometimes, you know, but, you know, they get it up, in Buffalo really bad because of the lake effect.
Now, are you in New York State or New York City?
Well, New York City is part of New York State.
I know that,
Um,
but I mean, New York City sort of encompasses an area, a
well,
geographical
I'm
area. Are
I'm
you in
actually
that area or are you outside that area?
no, I'm in New York City, you
Okay.
know, in Brooklyn, down by Coney Island.
Okay. I know that area. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm actually in Bensonhurst.
Okay. Don't know that bit.
Well,
Scottish
it's
374 says, Good morning. -1 here in Pennsylvania. Also waiting for 18 inches of snow tomorrow. Looking forward to being back in the land of smiles in July. I bet you are, buddy. Wow. -1 in Pennsylvania. Stay warm. Put some more wood in the fireplace if you got one. He goes on to say, This was Scott and Meritus. Oh, so that's Scott and Meritus. You changed your YouTube name now to Scottish 374. Hello, Scotty. Tim P says, Good morning to the CPD gang and everyone. If I fall asleep during the stream, I've dropped back to sleep at 6 a.m. here. Well, God bless you, Tim, for coming on and joining us at 6 a.m. Much appreciated. On a Saturday morning, no less. No work. Roger Walker says, Good morning, Cooper and everybody. Thumbs up. Yes, please. And thank you, Roger and the gang. Everybody that's got that badge next to their name, helping to support the channel for only $2 a month. It is appreciated. Thank you very much. And to all those that always buy us coffees, thank you as well. The QR code's right over there in the corner to buy us coffees. Thank you. That is also appreciated. Because our coffee money is little to none. Michael Villa says, Have to admit, the theme song woke me up. I love the theme song. That was very well done by Brownie. What do you think of the theme song there, Philip, to our live stream, to our channel?
I absolutely love it. You know, I mean, every week after the stream, I listen to the full song and it really it's catchy, you know.
Well, after the stream, we had the outro where we show all our favorite places of
Mhm.
Thailand. And
Yeah.
it's incredible places. Absolutely beautiful.
I
That
like
you'll
that
never find on a postcard.
I like that section where you're showing the waterfall with like
Mhm.
the aqua blue water. I
And
mean,
it's
it just
exactly like that. I took
yeah.
that picture from my cell phone.
Oh,
Yeah, directly from my cell phone. The other one I took from the drone where you can see the island and the beach that goes between it. I took that with the drone.
yeah. Well, I'm
Just
looking
before I
forward.
crashed it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when you get out and start showing us, you know, the different areas with your new drone. So
I'm trying to get some practice in as we speak. Went out and filmed 2 videos for the channel just today. Terry Fallon said, Good morning, evening, Coop, Darlene, and to all in the chat. It's a balmy minus 30 degrees Celsius here in Bancroft, Ontario. Yikes, that is cold. That's about minus 30 Celsius is about what, 0 Fahrenheit, if I'm not mistaken there, Philip?
I don't know Celsius. I just know Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I remember to change from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you add 30, double
Is
it,
it
add
30 or
30, and
33?
then plus or minus 3,
Oh,
depending.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Claude AC, the leader of the pack, the leader of our motorcycle club here, says, hoping to see you, Coop and Brooke, on the next ride. Yeah, I really wanted to make it, but I had a medical problem. I couldn't actually ride on that day, Claude. So I was really upset about it. And hoping, I spoke to Kenny today. He and I went out and filmed a video. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to come out Thursday next week. I should be able to, because I rode the bike for about 45 minutes today and I felt fine. So hopefully everything's good. And as far as Brooke, apparently he did not know that the venue had changed, that we were meeting up at the PTT gas station, that we were not meeting up at Dusset 2. He did not get the memo. He did not check his phone, and he did not see the message on the Facebook group and also on the bike group, because I posted it in both places. So, sorry, Brooke. Check your phone, bud. Terry Fallon says, no dog walk today. Sorry, what's that, bud?
I said you're okay with your medical issue, though, right?
Yeah. It's something that I don't like to talk about on screen. So
right. No, I was just
because people might be eating and they don't want to hear it. I'm sure of it.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be blaming you, Terry. I wouldn't be walking the dog at -30 either. I hope you got him potty trained so he can go at a tree in the corner of the house, a plant or something. Dutch Buddha says, thank you for creating and sharing. Thank you, Dutch Buddha. That's what we're here for. We love doing it. Lost Boy says, good morning from El Cajon in San Diego. I know where El Cajon is. In California. I really miss Thailand. I'm moving there with my brother, who is a retired veteran. Be fantastic to have him. We got a lot of retired veterans in the community and a lot of people that have served in the military, including Coast Guard. So they count too. Moving along, next up, Terry Fallon says, hello, Philip. Your first hello.
Hello, everyone. From a cold New York City.
Terry Fallon, what kind of a Canadian are you, Terry? Get out there and get at it. -30, that's a day at the beach out here. Maybe his thermals are in the tumble dryer defrosting. Michael Avila says, sidebar, Coop, I believe being able to confidentially protect yourself is very important. Just saying, know your limits. I've never felt the need, Philip, Michael, and everybody in the chat. Now, you can go to the Night Bazaar on 2nd Road in Pattaya. It's opposite Festival Mall. And in there, you can find all sorts of things. You can find the flick knives. You can find Stanley knives, ninja stars, samurai swords, nunchucks. They sell it all in there. But I've never gone in and bought one. I've never bought a Stanley knife, or a stiletto and put it in my back pocket for fear of safety if I may need it, because I've never felt threatened. I've never been in that scenario here where I've ever felt threatened, because people are pretty much chilled. I don't go out at Pattaya at night. I go out in Jomtien at night where the retirees are. Retirees don't want to hurt anybody. Those days are behind us where we get drunk and we get in a fight. We shake each other's hand, buy each other a beer, and eat a curry. Those days are gone. Those are for when you were in your 20s and 30s. We're in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, folks. We got no time for that BS anymore. If I go into Pattaya, I go in to watch a live band, but again, it's with a group of friends. And I've never felt threatened either. I don't go to the areas where there's going to be trouble, where there's going to be fights and there's going to be these young bucks. Oh, you're looking at me funny. I'm going to fight you because you're looking at me funny. We stay away from those sort of areas. So therefore, we don't actually experience that side of Thailand because we don't go to those areas. We stay where the older folks are, our own age, where we can sit down, relax, and have a conversation. Pick up a conversation with the people at the table next to you. We may be sitting there talking about football and how the New York Jets are doing, and how the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers are doing in the football. And they'll pipe up and say, "Hey, I watched that game. Did you see what that ref did?" And you next thing you know, you're in a full-blown conversation and debate, and it's all good fun. It's all good fun out here. Terry Fallon says at Tempe, I lived in Alberta when I was a kid and remember some pretty cold winters out there. Well, I was in New York when I was a kid. And my grandmother, God bless her, she lived at Staten Island. You know Staten Island there, Philip?
Yeah. Yes, I do. It's the next borough over from Brooklyn.
Yeah. And I was at Staten Island. I can remember one Christmas visiting my grandmother there. And boy, was that wind chill something else. It went through you. It didn't hit you and you were cold. It went through you. It was that freaking cold. I don't know what it's like where you are, Philip, but it's Staten Island. I can remember that. That was, I think it was like 1976. I was there for Christmas at my grandmother's house, and it was, whoa.
Yeah.
I'll never forget
Staten Island can get bad, with the wind and everything. And like you said, it'll go right through you. I'm the next neighborhood over from Coney Island. And even with that, if we get, bad winds, it can reach us here in Bensonhurst, and it gets cold. It'll, it'll go right through you.
Another good thing about Thailand, we don't get cold.
Yeah.
We're next to the equator. We're just north of the equator. It's hot here all year round, folks. And for us people that live here, we think 85 is cold. We do. We don't go in the pool when it's 85. It's too freaking cold. Over there, if it was 85 right now, you'd be jumping straight in the nearest swimming pool. You really would. Over here, it's like, no, that's too cold. We wait till it's 95, 100, and then go in the pool.
It's actually just perfect, weather, here in the States. That's actually perfect weather to be jumping into the pool.
I think today it was 86 degrees here.
And
not bad, huh?
No,
in the middle of January.
You're making me jealous.
Ronald Reichard says, good morning, evening, CBD and tubers. Looking forward to seeing you guys in April. Not long. That'll be for Thai New Year. We call that Songkran here. Thai New Year is in April. They go by a different calendar than we do. And the current Thai year is the year 2359. Get that and wrap that around your head.
2359?
I think that's the current Thai year. I got to look at my tax on my car and my motorbike. It tells me on there. But I was out with Kenny today, and he says, what's that on there? I said, oh, that's the Thai year, bud. He said, what? Oh,
yeah, that's difficult to kind of wrap your head around.
Yeah. What year is it in Thailand now? There we go. 2569 BE. You see that?
Yeah.
That is the year in Thailand. Go Shells. Huh?
Is that like the Chinese calendar?
They go under the Buddhist calendar, which I originally thought was related to the Mayan calendar, because the Mayan calendar's only got 10 months in the year, whereas us on the Christian calendar have 12. I think the Thai calendar only has 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they still, the old calendar, they haven't gone by that for a long time, but they still keep the years. But now they do it as 12-month years rather than 9-month years. Go Shell says, my mate reckons Thai women can be very dangerous to your wallet. So can all women. If you let them, of course, the more you say yes, I think the more they want. If you're one of those simpletons that don't put your foot down, say yes to everything they want, they're going to be asking for more and more and more. Oh, my husband never says no. Know your limits. Live within your budget, folks. Mr. For Your Sister says, hello, Coop and chat. I hope everyone is having a great day, evening, or night. And thank you. We hope you're having a great day too, buddy. Thank you for coming on and saying hello. Wolf 5047 says, what about earning a living in Thailand for expats and their families? If you're planning to stay forever as expats, we have 20 plus years. But what about our kids? Well, your kids can stay in Thailand until they finish the school. Now, if they finish high school at 18, they can stay until 18. If they go on to college, like a lot of kids do here, they go on to college. So we've got international colleges here, not just international schools, Wolf. Then they can stay on your visa, dependent visa, from your retirement visa until they graduate college. So if they're going on, let's say they're doing a bachelor's, okay, 4-year degree. They finish at 18 and a half. They start college at 19. They finish their bachelor's at 23. They'll be on your visa, dependent visa, until the age of 23. And then what you can do is get them an education visa after that to stay in Thailand if that's what they want to do, you know. So I do know people in that very situation right now. A very good subscriber of ours, him and his wife have their daughter over here and their grandson. And their daughter is in her early 30s, and she had just applied for a DTV and got it. No problem. Michael Avila says, Coop, you can't go into the devil's place and think you won't get burned. Game is stacked against you, like being in Tijuana. Laughing out loud. Well, Tijuana, yeah, I've been to Tijuana a few times. I'm from California. That's just the other side of San Diego, guys. So yeah, I've been to Tijuana quite a few times, and I've seen the crime there. It's pretty rife, I'll tell you. But like I said here, I just haven't seen it. Now, we have regular meetups every single week, Philip and everybody watching, with our subscribers. Every week. We give more than any other channel on YouTube. We really do. Monday, we're out with our subscribers for breakfast. Tuesday, we have the meet and greet. Wednesday, we're out playing badminton with our subscribers. Thursday, we have a bike ride with our subscribers. That's so far what we have planned for next week. So for
don't you go out for dinner on Fridays?
And Friday nights dinners. There you go. Well done, Philip. So that's 5 events that we got planned with our subscribers. And believe me, if they witnessed anything untoward, who do you think the first person they're going to tell is? Right here, Muggins, this guy talking to you right now on YouTube. They're going to tell me first because they're going to want me to put it out on my channel to everybody else that's watching. They'll be like, hey, Coop, you guess what I just saw? You know, you need to tell your subscribers about this. You know, nobody's coming forward with anything like that. They're all smiling. They're having a gay old time saying what fantastic their life they're having here. Not one person is coming up to me and saying, hey, man, you need to let people know about what I just saw. Nobody. And guys, we got 500 people living here from our channel now. This little old YouTube channel started 2.5 years ago. We have our Facebook group. Oh, damn, I forgot to put the banner there. Look at me. I forgot to put the Facebook banner. My apologies, folks. I'll pop it right in there now for you.
Isn't that the second time?
Facebook group. Yeah, this little old Facebook group and our YouTube channel started 2.5 years ago. And since inception until now, over 500 of you all that watch our channel have moved out here because of our channel and what we do for the community and for everybody that joins our channel. And again, it's all free of charge. We don't ask for no money for nothing. And nobody's complaining. Nobody out of 500 people. Come on. You can't get a dozen of your family in one room without somebody complaining, folks. You know that. I know that. You ever been to a Christmas dinner with your family? Somebody's complaining at the table. Whether it be Uncle Jethro or cousin Jeremiah, Somebody's complaining somewhere about something. 500 people here and nobody's complaining. That tells you something. That tells you a lot. Not to say we'll never get complaints. I'm sure we will. Mr. Free Sister says, I never felt like I had to look over my shoulder around Thai people. Thais do have the same crimes that West has, but nowhere near as much. And those crimes will only be Thai versus Thai, or you're looking for it. Yeah. We don't hear about the Thai versus Thai crimes much over here because it doesn't affect us. And we don't understand it anyways. Most of us can't speak Thai. I know probably 50 words in Thai, but can I have a conversation with anybody in Thai? Hell no, I can't. And 9 years, and I still can't have a conversation. Why? Because I'm tone deaf. I can't pick up the different tone levels. They have a word here. It's called cow. Okay? Spell it like it sounds. C-O-W, cow. It means 5 different things depending on the tone that you pronunciate it in. When I was in Udon Thani, I went to a Thai language school for 6 months. And one of the first things they taught you was cow. And they would give it to you like this. Cow, 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 cow. You try and you figure out which one means what. One means rice, rice you eat. Another one means the color white. Another one means eat. Another one means mountain. And the last one means snow. I couldn't tell you which one of the cow, 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 cows mean what. All I hear is cow when I talk. But you're right, mister. You're not going to feel the crimes over here. I'm sure they got similar crimes like we do in the West, but that's just not prominent. You don't hear them on the news on a daily basis. You don't see it out on the streets. You don't hear the gunshots. You don't go down the street and see a police officer shining the light from their car in your eyes, asking you where you're going at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're coming home from the bars. You don't get it. I've never experienced it. Everybody I've asked has never experienced that. The police carry guns, but I've never seen them pull one. Ever. Even when I'm stopped at the checkpoints, they have checkpoints here to make sure you have your license, your insurance, and your tax for your vehicle, whether it be a scooter or a motorbike or a car, to be on public roads, whether it's street legal. And they stop predominantly at these different checkpoints. I've never seen a police officer stand there when they're asking for my driver's license with their hand on their weapon. They're standing there, you know, with a book in front of them. You know, can I see your driver's license? Sure, no problem. I get my driver's license. They look at it. Okay, well, you go. That's it. They have the book if they need to write you a ticket. But as long as you're legal, they let you go. They don't harass you. It's not like the West folks. And that's something that people have got to get out of their heads. If you're coming from a high crime area, Thailand's going to be a huge shock to you. It's going to blow you away. You're not going to be able to comprehend it. It's going to take you months that you're laying there asleep and for 2 months every night. And then you come to one of our meet and greets and I ask you a simple question like, have you heard any police sirens lately? And you sit there and you think, not since I was in New York, not since I was in Philadelphia, not since I was in California or Texas. No, I haven't. Come to think of it, you're absolutely right. You don't hear them over here. You really don't. In America, you're hearing sirens all day long. You get used to them. When I was living in New York, I used to hear the L train every single day. It used to drive me freaking nuts until I got used to it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
You got the L train where you are?
A couple of blocks away, but we still hear it.
You can for blocks. Exactly. But no, you're
But
not going to find it out here. And you're absolutely right, Mr. For Your Sister. You're not going to find it out here unless you physically go looking for it. If you're looking for a bad area, if that's who you are and that's what you're looking for, you'll find it. You will find it, I'm sure. But for most of us here that come here as tourists or retirees, we have no idea where it is and we don't want to know either. He goes on to say, as Coop almost said, if you're a single man, you will either get scammed by a woman or someone will at least try to. That is what men need to look out for. Yeah, that happens a lot because people bragging about their money, mister. Why? If all you want to do is sleep with her and all you got to do is pay a fee to sleep with her, go in there, say, how much is the fee? You negotiate, you come to an agreement, take her back to your room. Bob's your uncle. Send her on her way after it's done. You know, that's it. There's then no scam. You got what you wanted. She got what she wanted. She got paid. And you got happy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's two consenting adults. Over here, prostitution is decriminalized, I'll call it. It's not legal. It's not illegal. It's decriminalized. And the police go up and down these areas regularly. And they're not harassing the women. They're not harassing the men. As long as everybody's civil, they got no problems. As long as it's between two consenting adults, they got no problems. It's only these guys, these 2-week millionaires, go, hey, look at me. You know, I got Bitcoin. You know, guess what? That girl's on. Hey, uncle. Yeah, he got Bitcoin. Get your phone scanner over here. Scan his phone. You're giving them opportunity. Just go in there. They always ask you the same questions when you go in there. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for work? And how long are you here for? Oh, it's like a cue card that they have that they ask you these questions all the time. We see it because we frequent the bars when we go to watch the bands and we see the customers that come in and they talk to the girls and we see what happens. You know, you can't miss it, you know. And you see the mistakes these people make, and I just sit there and I laugh. What else am I going to do? You know, I'm not going to go up and talk to the guy and say, hey, man, you know, you just opened a can of worms there. No, that's their problem. He'll probably tell me mind my own business or maybe throw a punch at me. You know, I'm not getting involved. That's his problem. If, you know, they always say a fool is easily parted with their money. And it's true. You know, men, we think with the one thing and it's down here. We don't think up here the consequences of our action a lot of the times. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Lost Boy says, when I'm in Thailand, I feel like there are no threats, just peace. I feel exactly the same way. As I'm sure most of our subscribers in today's live stream will tell you. Mr. For Your Sister says, if I had a daughter, I would be at more peace if she lived in Thailand than if she lived anywhere in America. It's not even close. Wow. That right there, my friends, is a huge, huge endorsement. I got a daughter. You all seen her. I've put her on the live stream with me. Her name's Leanne. You've all seen her. She's been here to Thailand several times. Absolutely loves it. She's 15 years old. It's at that age where us guys wish we had a shotgun to keep all the boys away, you know. But in Thailand, nobody sweats her. Nobody. She's never felt threatened. She loves it over here more than she does the Philippines, her home country, because it's safer. It's friendlier. She's never felt threatened. Nobody's wolf whistled her. You know, if they did, I'd probably go over there and say something. Let them swing first and then I finish it. Because I know if I start it, then I'm in trouble. But if it's self-defense, that's a different story here in Thailand. And the Thais will back you up if you're a victim. They'll tell the police straight, wasn't him, it was them. Go get them. Thais don't like bullies at all. They don't stand for it. Eric Price says, even crossing the road is not safe unless you're watching out. You do have to watch out. You have to watch out from the Thais and the foreigners. Equally as bad driving scooters out here. You know, you wait when the road's clear, cross. If it's not clear, you wait. But one thing you'll find here in Thailand that not a lot of people tell you about, the Thais have a system. If you want to cross the road, put your hand up. Just like they do in Japan, folks. You put your hand up like this. Car or motorbike will stop instantly. I promise you, try this. Foreigners don't know this. Don't do it to a foreigner. They'll keep going. They'll think, oh, hey, how you doing too? Wave. They ain't got a clue. But the Thais, if you put your hand up and you stand at the edge of the road, they will stop their vehicle and go ahead. Because you're asking for permission. Thais like it when people ask. What they don't like is you being forceful. That to them, that's disrespectful. They have the right of way, not you. Okay, there's no pedestrian crossing there. There's no zebra crossing. So therefore, you want to cross their traffic, you have to ask permission is the way they look at it, which is rightfully so. So what do Thai people do? Do what Thais do. Watch them, observe. You'll see a Thai man or woman want to cross a busy road. They go up to the side of the road, they put their hand up. Next thing you know, everybody stops. They walk across, traffic resumes. Because you asked. Thais respect if you ask rather than do. Lesson I learned here in Thailand from many years. And it works all over, including in Bangkok. I've done it in Bangkok. It works there too. Wolf 5047 says, I believe I was the victim of a pickpocket, but still felt safe walking around patio when I visit back in 2011 to 2005. Okay. I've never been pickpocketed. I did have one subscriber. Her and her husband went to the beach in Jomtien, and she left her purse on the beach and went in the ocean. She came back, the money was gone, but her purse was still there. They didn't touch her credit cards, her debit cards, her cell phone, nothing. Just the cash. She said, if I'd done that in America, the whole damn thing would be gone. She said, I didn't think. She said, I should have got one of those bags that is waterproof and put it in there and took it in the water with me. She said it was my own stupidity that, somebody had stolen the money out. She said, but everything else was there. I couldn't believe it. My keys were there. My condo card was there. My bank cards, my cell phone, everything was there. Her whole life was in that bag. Her passport was even in there, I think she said. And they didn't take it. Didn't take nothing, just the cash that was in the wallet and left everything else. He said, even crossing the road there, Rich Price. Yeah, I got you there. You had that. The words got mixed up above. Alchemist says, having kids is a poor financial decision. Yeah, they're expensive now, ain't they? Boy, kids can cost you a small fortune, and we all know it. We all know it. How my mom and dad had 10 kids, I don't know. And he was only a master sergeant in the Air Force. But they raised 10 of us. Well done to mom and dad. Roger with the D says, on the roads, you have to watch out for farangs in cars. Motorcycle, that's farangs, that means foreigners, by the way. Cars, motorbikes, and as pedestrians thinking they are above everybody else attitude. Cutting people off, walking straight out in front of traffic. Yeah, because they don't know the way here in Thailand. The way here in Thailand is do the way the Thais do. When in Rome, do like the Romans. How many times have we heard that expression? Philip, you ever heard that expression?
Yeah, and you have to, or people have to remember that it's their country, not ours.
But when
And
you go to a foreign country, you do like the foreigners, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean by it's their country, not ours. And we're guests, when we go to
Yeah.
foreign countries. I mean, as you said, when in Rome, do what the Romans do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
When
know,
in Rome,
and,
do like the Romans.
yeah, and if I remember correctly, um, I think it's about, also respect. In Asia, people are very big on respect and on, I believe you called it Thai face.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thai face is very important. It's a thing that's predominantly in most Asian countries. The Chinese have it, the Japanese really have it, about looking bad. It's frowned upon, in the Japanese religion and the Thai religion. It's frowned upon, you know, um, that you have to have a certain moral standard.
Mm.
And if you dip below that standard, it's frowned upon. Another thing, for the single men here, if you want to date a Thai woman, don't kiss her in public. She hates that. Why? Because it's frowned upon. Holding hands, perfectly normal. A hug, perfectly normal. Any type of physical affection above a hug is not normal. Don't disrespect her. If you want to kiss her behind closed doors. They're very affectionate behind closed doors. It's out in public, it's frowned upon here in Thailand. It don't matter if she's in an expat area where, it doesn't bother me. I kiss my wife in public all the time. Just today, I'm out making a video and it's caught on video, on the camera, because I dropped her off on the bike at our old stomping grounds at District Grand Park 2 so she could hang out with some friends. I drop her off there and I go continue making my video, but I was recording the whole time. And she's like, gives me a kiss. Bye, babe. I'll see you later. For us, that's okay. If for a Thai, not so okay. But you're absolutely right, Roger. Most of it is foreigners. 90% plus were foreign, or absolutely are foreigners. And Michael Villa says to Alchemist, laughing out loud in regards to children, expensive. Steve Banfield says, petty crimes happens. Pickpocketing? Yeah. Chain snatches. Fights. I've been in Thailand 6+ years and never felt unsafe. Coop, there are lots of shootings and stabbing, but it's a Thai on Thai. Okay. Like that one I heard about in Isan where the woman blew off the man's testicles for having an affair. I only heard about it because at the time my partner told me and she was Thai. That was many, many years ago before I ever met Darlene, my wife. And that's the only reason I knew about it. But you're not going to hear of Thais doing this to foreigners, is the whole point. Like Steve says, been in Thailand for 6 years, he's never felt unsafe. Because they're not doing it with foreigners. They don't have a problem with foreigners. They have a problem with their husbands getting drunk and drinking lao khao and having an affair, the Thai men. But they don't have a problem with us foreigners. We don't do anything to them except spend our money here and give them a better lifestyle. Thailand relies on its tourism for its GDP. I think 20% of the revenue that comes into Thailand is from tourists and retirees like you and me. That's what boosts the economy here in Thailand. Rich Price says minus 19 here in the Buffalo area. Wow. Minus 19 Celsius.
That's probably that lake effect that it's coming off of Lake Superior.
That's where my brother is. And he says Celsius or minus 2 Fahrenheit. Okay. Minus 19 Celsius, minus 2 Fahrenheit. Wow, there's a difference for you. That's freaking cold, bud. Whichever one you put it in. Glenn Shaw up next. Says, good evening, everyone. For the past 20 years, my philosophy has been nothing good happens after midnight, but I've always felt safe in Thailand. That's Brooks' philosophy. He's always saying, hey, ain't nothing fun happens after midnight. I've been out till 2 o'clock in the morning. I like watching live bands. That's my hobby that I have with my wife. We'll hear of a good band come into town and we're like, oh, let's go see this band. They're playing over here one time only, you know. We like to watch jazz bands, reggae bands, and then every once in a while we'll get a decent country western singer come out here and play music, you know, or a rapper. They have a musical festival every year here in Thailand. 2 years ago, Kenny G was here playing on a stage on the beach in Pattaya for free. Anybody can go. And there was like 10 different bands playing, Philip. All free. You had over 100,000 people on the beach watching on the big screen.
And it's
they couldn't get anywhere near the stage. Huh?
It's 100% free?
100% free. Paid for by the Pattaya government. They do it every single year. Last year, Lil Wayne was here. Rapper. Very good rapper. He was here last year with a bunch of other rappers. Every year they have the beach festival. Every year they have fireworks on the beach. Again, free. Every year they have events on the beach. Every single month there's an event in Pattaya on the beach. Free. Doesn't cost a penny. No tickets needed. None of that. All free.
Is that when Songkran is?
Every month of the year they do it.
Huh.
Every month of the year there's a different event. Do you know which one is my favorite event?
No.
The Bikini Beach Run. That's free too. And the funniest part is the lady boys entering it.
Okay, that's interesting.
And so is the bottom. We're like, that's the guy. Yep, that's the guy. Oh no, that's the girl. Oh, that's the guy. But it's good fun to watch. The Bikini Beach Run every year in Pattaya. Steve Banfield says, check out Thai news channels. They love if it bleeds, it leads. Yeah, of course. And in the Thai news channels, that's what you see a lot. They don't hide the gore like in the West. If there's a car accident on the 101 freeway, for example, Philip, all right, they'll show the pileup on the news in the snow, but they won't show the bodies outside the vehicles. They censor it. They blur it, don't they, on your local news channels.
Here in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing that the FCC requires.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a law.
Here in Thailand, they show it.
Mm.
They don't blur it.
Holy mackerel.
They show it.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me just because of, you know, the career that I had, you know, but I mean, I think, what if a little kid was to see that,
There
or,
are laws. It has to be after the watershed. So it has
oh,
to be after 9 o'clock at night.
okay.
But after watch the 10 o'clock news in Thailand, you better had dinner 3 or 4 hours before, because they'll show it. That train accident that I reported on just recently, where those people died,
Mm-hmm.
on the 10 o'clock news, they showed the bodies.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I can't use that and put it on YouTube. I'd be banned in a heartbeat. And nor would
Mm-hmm.
I want to, because, I sort of, have a conscience, and
Right.
I think to myself, how would the families feel? But in Thailand, that's perfectly normal to them that they show it. It's perfectly normal, but they do have a watershed, and it's after 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay.
Michael Villa says, "Hey, Coop, can you ask Claude what touring company he recommends for the loop?" Okay, Claude, if you're watching, what touring company do you recommend for the loop? And what he means by loop is there's a circuit that people do. They call the loop, and it's up by Chiang Mai, up in the mountains, and it's a very beautiful area. Very windy roads, though, but good if you're experienced on a motorbike or a scooter. And they call it the loop. Tim P says, to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, double the number, that's it, and add 32. Well, it's not always 32, Tim. It's plus or minus 3, depending once you get over a certain amount, I believe. But I remember it's double the number and then add 30. He said, so 19 Celsius is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. 19 plus 19 plus 32 is 70. Yeah, I get you. But there is an exception to the rule. So sometimes it's minus 3, sometimes it's plus 3. I can never get it, but I can get very close by doubling it and add 30. Alfa Romeo says, I've seen many disagreements, altercations between drunk foreigners. Yes. The Thai business owner staff coming to the rescue of the losing Farang, offered help and the de-escalating the situation. He goes on to say, I've seen the Thai owners pay for the taxi for the foreigner to get back to their hotel room safely. Where would you see that in another country, folks? In America, that wouldn't happen.
There's a program here in New York City on New Year's. If you're intoxicated, the city will actually pay for a cab to take you home versus you getting into a car and killing somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And how much of the population utilize that service?
Quite a few.
Any idea?
There's quite a few, because back when I was working EMS, we would get a call for somebody intoxicated, and they wouldn't necessarily need to go to the hospital. So we would wait until a cab come and say, this is the address that he's going to, please take him there. And the city picks up the bill for that. There is a limit on how far, they can go. But the city will reimburse the cab driver for the cost of the cab ride.
Yeah.
But that's on New Year's Eve only.
Yeah. Well, give you an example, and I agree with Romeo on this. I went to a restaurant here on the beach. It's called the Clubhouse. I'll tell you straight the name of the restaurant. Out back, there's a smoking and vaping area. And I went out back with my trusty vape, and I went to sit on one of their wicker chairs. It collapsed on my weight and broke to the floor. Well, these chairs are pretty strong. I've seen people 2-3 times my weight sit on them. Well, the staff saw it. They come rushing out, help me get up off the ground, dust me off, so I landed in the leaves and stuff, and the bushes, dust me off, And then your tab is on us. We're so sorry, sir. We're so sorry. They paid my bill, my food and my drink bill. Said it's on us. You pay nothing.
Mm. And I think that goes back to the Thai face, and the hospitality, of the Thai people and their conscience.
For
I know
somebody
that
who's not been here, Philip, you got a spot on, buddy. It's exactly what it is. It's the Thai face. They feel bad that you hurt yourself at their expense. It was their chair, and their chair was faulty. And she said to me, we knew it was faulty. We should have moved it out the way. They knew it was broken. I didn't when I went to sit on it. But they did, and they should have, took it out the way and replaced it with another chair before I went to go sit on it. And they felt really bad, and they were very, very apologetic. The owner said, "Hey, Coop, the bill's on me. You're not paying." And I said, "Dude, I'm not even hurt." I said, "I laughed when I fell. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was hilarious." And so did Brownie, who stood out there with me. He was smoking a cigarette outside. I'm vaping outside. He pissed himself laughing, said, "Do it again." I'll put it on YouTube as a short. But your friends laugh. I'm laughing because I thought it was funny too. I wasn't expecting. I didn't hurt myself. I didn't even have a bruise or a scratch. But it was the whole point that they felt really bad, and it's like, you know what? Your bill's on us. Sorry, we're very sorry. I'm like, dude, there's no harm, no foul. I'm not injured. No. Insisted your bill's on me. Couldn't believe
and that also goes back to in Asia, the culture is about honor and respect, and like I was saying, Thai face, because it's a different atmosphere and culture. I've been to South Korea. My church is headquartered in South Korea, and I learned quite a bit about honor and respect and the Asian culture, while I was in South Korea,
Okay.
so
So you've been to Asia then?
Yeah, well, South Korea, I was there for about a week, but I learned a lot, plus I also took judo as a child,
Okay. No.
and that's part of the teaching is that you respect your opponent, you honor your opponent, and you don't do anything to embarrass yourself or your master. I mean, it's all
Your
about
sensei,
honor.
your instructor. Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's all about honor and respect, and from what I understand from watching your channel, and speaking to a couple of people, if you respect the Thai people, they'll respect you right back.
Oh yeah, they love it. They love it when you respect their culture.
Right.
And we have our very first shirt shout out to give. And it's from Michael Villa, bought us a coffee and says, "Buy yourself a cigar, Coop. I'll shake your hand someday." Thank you, Michael Villa. Much appreciated. I love my cigars. That is my comfort right there. I love to have a cigar and a glass of bourbon or a nice glass of scotch go with a cigar. And I'm happy as Larry, Darlene will go out to the beach and she'll do a karaoke and with her friends. I'm sitting there in the beach chair and I got a cigar in my mouth and I got a bourbon, I got a scotch, I got a brandy, whatever I got in my hand. And I'm having a nice drink, looking over at the cool breeze in the ocean, and the girls are having a blast. And so am I. Me and my buddies are just sitting there with fat cigars. I do love a good cigar.
Well, when I come over in November, I'll bring you a box of cigars and your burrito kit.
Oh, thank you very much. I do like my burrito kits. Yes.
And
Somebody
I
pays
remember
attention.
you were telling me that it's from Canada, not America.
The cigars that I like, my favorite ones, are actually made in England. They're called
Oh,
King Edwards.
but the burrito kit is from Canada, right?
The burrito kits are Old El Paso
Mhm.
burrito kits. And they sell them in Canada, but they don't sell them in the US anymore. I don't know why. They used to have them at Costco.
Mm.
When I was there, I used to buy them at Costco all the time. But from a lot of our subscribers, they say, we haven't seen them at Costco for a long time. But so Canadian subscribers say, oh, we got them here. No problem. We'll bring you some. But yeah, I do
Well,
like my
like I
burrito kit.
said, when I come November, expect a box of King Edwards and a burrito kit.
I'll be very impressed. Thank you so much. I'll take that with me on our Christmas cruise for Christmas. Alfa Romeo says, on a positive note, it's time for a quick mango sticky rice snack. Yep, I love this place.
Don't forget, we have a challenge for go-kart race, Alfa Romeo.
I hope you're good because he's pretty quick.
Well,
Because
I
what
gotta.
Alfa Romeo does is he'll come here and he'll go to the racetrack, the go-kart track, and he'll buy a pass of 30 races before he races you. So he'll know every nick and corner and stone and little bit of loose gravel on that track before you ever get on it. And that's
So
how we win.
So he's a ringer.
He is. And Rich Price says it's Thai hot. Yes, it is. Alchemist says 80 degrees currently on Jomtien Beach. Look at that. 80 degrees and it's almost 9:30 here at night. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, guys. Romeo says, have a great show. It's time to enjoy a night out. Always had a blast here. Never felt unsafe or threatened. Cheers. Thank you. So it's not just me telling you folks. These are people that are boots on ground here. And they're telling you how safe it is. They've never felt threatened. Okay, there's crime. Thai versus Thai out in the provinces. Out in the bush, as we like to call it. But you're not getting any crime against you here as being a foreigner retired in Thailand. It's just not happening, folks. Everybody here is having fun. Everybody's enjoying their life. Nobody's ending up in the hospital because somebody didn't like the way they looked at them or gotten gunshot or, our women subscribers. We got quite a few women subscribers here now that are retired, single ladies that are retired. And they all say they feel safe. None of them ever said to me, Coop, I can't stay in here anymore. I don't feel safe. None of them. And they go out by themselves. They don't need to go out in a group of friends to feel safe. They go out by themselves because they feel absolutely content here. And that's what I promote about Thailand, that it is safe. You're not going to have those stress and worries that you got in the West over here. It doesn't exist. You're going to come here. You're going to be so freaking happy. You're not going to give a damn about anything in the West. You're going to be like, where are we eating tomorrow? Oh, that was a fantastic restaurant we went to yesterday. Where are we going next week? That's what we talk about here more than anything else is food. Because it's just freaking delicious. Everywhere you go, it's as good as the last place, if not better. Very rarely you're going to hear any of our subscribers say, oh, don't go eat there. Don't go there. 97%, I would say, are fantastic food places out here in the area. And every culture on the planet is here. And they got a restaurant. You like soul food, they got it. You like Italian food, French, German, Swiss, Mexican, American. They got it all here. Every single different type of food type you like. I don't care how picky eater you are, you're going to find food here that you like. And that's a good thing. When I was in the Philippines, it was a struggle. I'd have to drive 2 hours to go to Manila to get some decent food. I was sick and tired of the food there. I was like, babe, we got to go to Manila. We got to go to the steakhouse in Manila because I'm tired of this food, you know. And over here, that's one thing you don't hear expats say. You never hear them say, oh, I'm tired of this food. They're always saying, oh, man, this is fantastic. You got any recommendations for a Friday night? Where do you think is a good place to go Friday night and have a good band? Oh, if you want a good band and good food, go here. You know, people will tell you. And we have a great community. Terry says, have fun, Alpha. Roger with the D says, Thai year is 540 years difference to Western calendar. There you go. 540 years in the future if you come to Thailand. Brian Barber says, good evening, Cooper and Philip. Here in South Africa, it is afternoon. I think I would feel much safer in Thailand than in South Africa. Here, very dangerous at night in most places. I hear that a lot all over the place, Brian, not just in South Africa, all over the world. There's places you just don't go at night. Don't go. You stay out of those areas. Over here, I've never heard of any of those places. You know, everywhere I go, I've never felt threatened. None of my subscribers ever felt threatened. And that's a good thing. I think that is a super plus. One of the places on my dream list that I was considering retiring, and it was in the top 3, was Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. I remember the movie, Blame It on Rio. Did you ever see that one, Philip? Excellent movie. Absolutely excellent movie. And I remember watching it and I thought, ooh, this will do me. I like the beaches. I like the surfing. I've always been big in the ocean. The beauty of the women, you know, hey, I ain't gonna turn that down. You know, I can look, but I can't touch. But I can always look. I'm still a man. And and anyways, it was always in the top 3 of destinations for me to retire. Darlene and I went there on a cruise last year. Biggest letdown of my life. You could see crime was everywhere. And the tour operator said, don't go out of this area. You go out of this area, we can't guarantee your safety. And it was only a small area that she was saying don't go out of. It was like a block and a half from the hotel. Any further than a block and a half, and she could not guarantee our safety. That's Rio. You know? And so that blew my idea of Rio being an absolute wonderful place out of the water. It was a big wake-up call. It's like, okay, well, I guess this is not on my retirement list. You know, I'm glad I've been here. I'm glad I got to experience it in my life. But I'm glad I didn't choose it as a destination and move there and then regretted it afterwards. Alfa Romeo says, did I ever mention you know the rest? Yes, I do. Suck at go-karting. Just joking. Kenneth Ford says, years since Buddha passed away. But can anybody tell me in the chat how many Buddhas there's been in Thailand? I'll tell you what, the answer is not one. There's been a lot of Buddhas. That's why when you go to the temples over here, folks, you'll see Buddhas, different shapes and sizes. You see the big, fat, smiling Buddha. You see the laying down, skinny Buddha. You see the other Buddha with the hat on his head. There's been quite a few Buddhas here in Thailand. There hasn't been just one. Terry Fallon says, Philip, what's your plan for Thailand?
Well, unfortunately, because everything is so expensive here in the West, I've had to go back to work, but I'm coming over using Thailand as my home base for an NGO that I'm going back to work with. And, you know, once I officially retire, I'm hoping to stay in Thailand.
And when is that? Any idea?
Well, like I said, I'm planning to come in November as kind of like a scout trip. And then we're expecting to start operations with the NGO sometime next year.
Okay. And for your official retirement, what are you looking at? 62 for Social Security or before that?
No, I'm thinking either 65 or 67. You know, because it's you know, like you were saying in one of your streams, I believe
sister,
your sister. You know, and so I'm thinking 65 or 67.
Yeah, she wants to do 65 because it's $1,000 difference in 62. But the difference between 65 and 67 isn't worth it, she said.
Oh, okay.
To get max. She said you get the bigger return at 65. She said to work for an extra 2 years, she said there's not a lot of money in it to warrant working for an extra 2 years of your old age when you should be on the beach relaxing, enjoying yourself.
Right. Well, that's what I'm sorry. That's what I hope to do when I retire is just sit back on the beach, drink a couple of pina coladas, and meet a nice lady that I can settle down with.
You might have to trim that beard, though. I tell you one thing about Thai women. They don't like hair on men's face.
Oh, I didn't know that.
True fact that. If it's neat and tidy, it's okay. They just don't like the long hair. Don't know why. Not me. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you I know quite a lot of Thai people. And they tell us what they like in foreigners.
Thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to bust on you.
No, that's okay. You know, I mean that, you know, from the heart, you know, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Michael Villa says, Coop, I did not wear the flag on my uniform to not be proud of America. Same here. I have a fantastic life here. I can afford both lives. I will visit Thailand again, but home will always be the US of A. Okay. But at least you got a plan. You'll spend a few months here and then you'll go back to the US, spend a few months here. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm proud of being American, but I don't like the violence. I can say that, can I? Can I not say that I love my country, but I don't like the violence? Of course I can. We can all say that. It's safer here in Thailand. I can say that too. It is safer here in Thailand than a lot of Western countries. I'm only stating a fact, folks. I'm not putting down America as the country. I love my country. I fought for my country in 2 wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. Y'all know that. I can prove it. I'll go get my DD-214 and I'll put it on here and you guys can read it for your freaking selves. I got no problem showing it to you, proving it to you, anybody that asks. You know, you go to my Facebook page, you'll see all the pictures. It's all on there. And anybody that's on our Facebook channel can access my page anytime they want. It's all there. Free to see.
Well, I say thank you for your service, sir.
And thank you. I too wore the uniform and the flag. But I can honestly say America is a dangerous country. I can say that. I've lived it. I know it is. And so do all of y'all. It don't matter if you're from America, you know from what you heard and what you've been told by friends of yours that are American, that it is indeed a very dangerous country. Don't stop you from loving it. We all wish for peace and happiness and wish everybody can get along and there was no need for violence in the world. Of course, we all want that. I want it. I want it for my kids. But I told them once they graduate high school and they go to college and graduate college, I want them to work in America because they're going to have a better life there than they will if they work in the Philippine system. Because the Philippines doesn't have a pension. They get money from the government, but I wouldn't call it a pension because it's less than $100 a month, folks. Tell me what you're going to do in the U.S. for under $100 a month. Starve, for one. Terry Fallon says, Coop, my wife and I saw a beautiful pool access on Sean's channel for 12,000 baht. Wow. She wanted to pack her bag right away and rent it. Yeah, you can find them. I got a subscriber, very good friend of mine, moving shortly. Moving into a one-bedroom on the 7th floor for 8,000 baht a month. What's that? About $200 a month, folks. Let me fact check myself because the rates change all the freaking time here. But I'm just going to tell you exactly what he is going to be paying for his rent, because 8,000 baht is a heck of a deal. $256 a month. That's what it is at today's exchange rate. There you go. I'll put it up on there so you guys can see. Straighten it up.
And where in America can you find that?
You can't. I don't know any state in the U.S. where you can get away with paying $250 a month rent. And that comes with 24-hour security, free parking, fully furnished, gym, swimming pool, jacuzzi, game room for $250 a month. I don't think there is anywhere in the U.S. that you can do that. Moving along with the comments. We're running on with the show here. I need to wrap things up soon. Blakester Drum says, when I was there in October, I went to an ATM on Soy 7. Unbeknown to me, I dropped my card. 3 hours later, when I was walking back by, a girl came running up to me with my card. Of course, I tipped her. So he didn't even know he lost his card. Thai girl saw it, picked it up, and when she saw him come back, she ran up and gave it to him. That's pretty freaking good. The one thing I hear a lot about is people losing their cell phones here in the area. They'll take their cell phone, they'll have it at the table while they're having a drink or a meal. They get up, they leave. Forget their cell phone. Get home. Where's my phone? Oh, damn, I left it at the place I was at. Go back there, it's still there. Nobody's stolen it. It's still there on that table. Or if somebody else has sat on that table, they give it to the waitress, and the waitress puts it up behind the counter. They go there. Excuse me. Have anybody turned in my phone? I left my phone here. Is it this one? They got it. They give it to you. Fantastic. I've got subscribers told me stories. They've got Uber here. Okay, we call it different. Okay, over here we call it Bolt. And they get in an Uber, Bolt, leave their phone. Forgot it. They'll get one of their friends. Hey, call my phone. I left it in the damn taxi. The taxi driver will answer the phone and say, yes, not a problem. I'll bring it back to you. Where can I meet you? Because they changed the law years ago in Thailand. Thailand used to be rife for phone thefts. I'll tell you straight up, it used to be. But they changed the law because there were so many people's phones getting stolen, and said anybody that steals a phone goes to prison for 1 year. For stealing a phone, 1 year in prison. It stopped overnight. Overnight changed. Oh, hey, buddy, you left your phone here. Stopped it. Why? Because Thailand's got one of the worst prisons on the face of the planet. It's called the Bangkok Hilton. Go on YouTube, search it, Bangkok Hilton. And it is extremely bad. In America, you used to get in a cell with one person or two people in a cell. You see it on TV all the time. That's how we know. See it in the movies too, don't we, Philip?
Yep.
In Thailand, there's 100 people in one cell. And you're sleeping body to body on the floor. On your side, and the person next to you is on their side. The guy behind you is on their side. His pelvis is touching your buttocks. Your pelvis is touching the person's buttocks in front of you. That's the prison life here in Thailand. The food that they feed you, barely edible. A bowl of rice, that's what you get. You want anything else, you have to pay for it. And it's not fun times. There's a lot of documentaries that have been made about the Bangkok Hilton. And no Thai wants to go there. They all know the stories of what happens in there. And those foreigners that get caught and go in there are mostly drug smugglers. For Thailand, the penalty for smuggling drugs, the death sentence. 9 out of 10 times, if you plead guilty, well, 10 out of 10 times, if you plead guilty, it's commuted to life imprisonment. If you plead not guilty and you're found guilty and you're wasting the court's time, it's death penalty. Nobody wants to F around and find out here in Thailand. I'll tell you straight. Michael Villa says, Coop, get the cigar. Always get my cigars. Always get my cigars. I haven't yet got any King Edwards. I'm still waiting for somebody to bring me some over. And I've said on the channel, no problem. Tell me how much they are. I'll pay you for them. I do love my King Edwards. Rodney says, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and special guests. Thank you, Rodney, for coming on the show. Rich Price, up in the mountains in Chiang Mai or such, is it safe from wild animals in the forest? Well, I can't say yes to that, Rich. Of course not. What do we have here in the forest? Snakes. Can I guarantee you're not going to get bit by a snake in the forest? Hell no. That's where they live. You're going into their territory. Here in Jomtien Patio, you ain't going to see a snake. You get out in the jungle, of course, that's where they live. Can I guarantee you're not going to get attacked by an elephant? No. There are wild elephants in Thailand. Did you guys see on YouTube the wild elephant that went into the 7-Eleven and started eating the snacks in 7-Eleven? It was funny as heck. Just busted through the front door and started taking snacks and eating them, you know. There was bananas, apples, and pears and oranges and stuff like that on the shelf, and he just went in there and just started helping himself. No, I can't guarantee that. There are protected areas where they make sure that the public doesn't come into contact with the wildlife. Public protected nature reserves that are really beautiful. That's where that waterfall was that I have in the outro in the video. You had to go through a protected area. And they have rangers like we have in America, park rangers. They, make sure and keep the area safe from wild animals and snakes and stuff like that. And there's a nature trail, and you walk up and you get to the waterfall, and then you jump in. There's a lake there at the bottom of the waterfall, and it is crystal clear water. Crystal clear. Beautiful.
Can you drink that water?
Yep. You sure can.
Oh.
It's mountain water. I wouldn't drink the water people are swimming in, but I've swam up to where the waterfall is, and I've cupped the water coming down the mountain, and I've drunk it. Yeah. And it tastes delicious. But yeah, it is drinking water, mountain water, fresh mountain water. Roger with the D says, Rich, yes, apart from the snakes in summertime. Yes, you go out in the jungle, you're going to find a snake. I guarantee you. We have some of the deadliest snakes out here. We got king cobras out here. We got pit vipers, snakes out here. But like I said, they don't come into the city. They don't mess with us in the city. They're out in the country. They don't want us. They want to eat rats and rabbits and other snakes. What does king cobra eat? Other snakes. That's their whole diet. They eat other snakes. True fact. Rich Price says, if a person was walking on the side of the road and slipped on a banana peel, and people around, not in front of a business, would they help you get up? Yes. Absolutely, and it happens all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes. The Thai people cannot be more friendly towards the elderly. They are taught from a very young age, respect the elderly. I've seen people walking up and down Jomtien Beach Road on the boardwalk, I like to call it. It's not a boardwalk, it's a concrete walk, but nobody's going to call it concrete walk. We just still call it boardwalk. You walk up and down there. I've seen old people fall over, and the Thais just rush to pick them up and make sure they're okay. Extremely, extremely friendly like that. People tell me the stories all the time at the meetups. Hey, man, I fell down. I hurt my knee. I twisted my ankle. Guess what? These 4 Thai people rushed over and picked me up straight away. I hear it all the time. That's the nature of Thailand. Respect the elderly. Help the elderly. We've lost that in the West. Over here, they still have that value. And I think that's what's something that's attracted me to Thailand big time, is the fact they still have the old values that I wish we still had in the West. I think the younger generation now, what do they call them? Generation Z? Is that the latest generation? I can't keep up with it, Philip. Tell me.
I believe it's Generation Z.
Generation Z. They don't respect anybody. They're like, F you. They don't. Over here, the kids are extremely friendly. The kids like the foreigners. They always wave and smile. Very polite children over here in Thailand. Not like the West. You don't see them in the supermarket screaming on the floor because they can't get their favorite box of cereals. Because mom ain't got enough money this week. And they're throwing tantrums on the floor in the malls and the supermarkets and all stuff like that. You don't see that in Thailand at all. And see, Roger agrees with me. Yes, they definitely pick you up. He even goes on to say, especially if you're older. Thais totally respect their elders. Probably end up with a dozen people helping you. Absolutely. He's here. Roger lives just down the road from me. He's come on a live stream with me. You probably saw him, Philip. He was on a live stream a couple of weeks ago on the panel. He knows.
I don't remember.
Yeah. He knows he's been here. He's seen it with his own eyes. Exactly how it is. Hunter Ryan says, good morning from a bitter cold Omaha, Nebraska. Hope all in the CBD gang is doing well. We are. Thank you very much, Hunter. Looking forward to another informative show. Thank you very much. When you back out here, buddy. Terry Fallon says, thanks, Coop and Philip. Great live stream as always. See you next time. Take care. You too, buddy. Say hello to the wife for me. Jay Easy says, currently 2 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 16 degrees Celsius. This time next week in the land of smiles, boy, you're going to sweat like there's no tomorrow. Because you're not climatized to it. You're climatized to the cold. And I can remember I met a subscriber at Rumpole Market, and he came up to me. He says, Cooper, I follow your channel. I was hoping to meet you, but I was waiting till the meet and greet next week. And guess what? I ran into you. Look at this, you know. He said, do you mind if I give you a hug? Of course not. He was there with his wife. And, you know, give him a hug. I said, hey, what's your name? And he was covered from head to toe in sweat. And he gave me his name and said, I'll see you at the meet and greet. And he wrote a comment on our Facebook group, which is down in the banner below, by the way. Everybody's welcome to join it that subscribes to the channel, both free of charge, of course. And he wrote in there, he says, I just saw Cooper at Rumpole Market. Can't believe it. I just ran into him in the street like that for the first time. He said, I realized something. He said, I was covered in sweat from head to toe when I asked him for a hug, and he didn't have a lick of sweat on his whole body. He said, even on his forehead, there wasn't even one spot of sweat. He said, that gave me hope that I'll climatize to this weather. And a bunch of people replied, said, yeah, after a couple of weeks, you'll be the same. Affects us all the same. So get ready for Jay Easy. Even though it's only 86, 87 right now, and in the next week, probably 88. It's getting closer to February and March when the weather starts getting into the 90s before it's on ground when it hits the 100. But yeah, you will sweat. So drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated, buddy. Roger with the D says, under Buddhism, the skinny version is actually Buddha. The other sculptures are the disciples. Fat version is the traveling disciples. Really? Why do all the Thai people call them Buddha then? They all pray to the statue. I'm not sure if it's a... I mean, my ex told me there was something like 12 or 15 different Buddhas they've had in Thailand. I don't know. But you see all different statues. They're not the same like we have with the Christian religion where you see Jesus Christ, you know, out on the cross. No, there's all different statues and different shapes and sizes and faces and all that. I always ask my ex-wife, and she said, yeah, that's Buddha. That's Buddha. Well, I thought that was Buddha. They're all Buddha. Okay. What do I know? I'm a foreigner. David Lowe says, checking in from a beautiful Grand Dusit 2. Well done, David. He's finally here. Evening, he says, love the land of smiles. I can't stop smiling. Just been here, and 2 massages today make me smile. There you go. Well done. 2 massages. Super cheap. How much is a massage here in Thailand? About $5, $6 for an hour's massage. What do you pay for a massage there in New York, Philip?
You know, depends where you go, but probably 20, 25 bucks.
For an hour?
No, not for an hour. You know, for an hour, it might be 100.
There you go.
You know, $100 American.
Bucks. Over here, it's $5, $6 for 100 for an hour. Jay Easy at David Lowe. Indeed. Roger with the D says, same as the different hand gestures are different disciplines. Grace, empathy, etc. Yeah. I've seen that on the statues. Jay Easy says, I feel 1,000% safer in Thailand any time, day or night compared to the U.S. Same as me. I've never felt more safe in my whole life than I have living here in Thailand. And everybody needs to know. Stop watching the YouTubers promoting hatred because they can't stay here illegally. So all they do is just put down Thailand because they don't know. They're sitting on their sofa in New Hampshire, wishing they were in Thailand, just saying everything bad that they can think of. Captain Action says, thumbs up, hit the like, please. Yes, please. If you're watching on the live stream, pound it. It's free. It doesn't cost a penny. Got to wrap this show up, guys. We're at 1 hour 54 now. And Captain Action gifted 1 Coopersthaiadventure membership. So one lucky person is going to have that badge right there next to their name for a whole month, because Captain Action loves the channel and wants to help support us as much as possible. And he's gifted 1 membership for only $2 for the whole month, and get that special badge next to their name. And he says, Team Cooper, hello, Phil. And Terry, happy Saturday. Mr. For Your Sister says, imagine that insurance claim. No, it was really an elephant that vandalized my store. Ma'am, we need to drug test you. That's what it would be in the States, wouldn't it? But it was on YouTube. The security cameras picked it up, and they put it up on YouTube so everybody could see it was an elephant that came in the shop and wrecked the shop. Captain Action, laughing out loud. It really was an elephant this time. Yes, it was. Mike Dottie and Little Mike says, hey, I'm a little late. Hope all is well. We sure are wrapping up right now. Captain Action, waving. Lat 265, howdy from the UK, mate. Howdy, Lat. Welcome to the show, buddy. Roger with the D says, Philip, definitely have either shaved the whole thing off or trim it back to maybe short, or goatee. Thai women are allergic to facial hair unless it's very trimmed. See? He knows.
I'm gonna have to trim it back.
Yeah. Don't do the ZZ Top thing. It doesn't work here. Rich Price says, now I have an idea of how to win go-kart race with Alpha. Crash my go-kart, and when he stops to help me out, I'll run and hop in his go-kart. There you go. Trev Meyer says, way safer than USA, Mexico, Colombia, or any other place expats are at. Yeah, exactly. That's what I learned. Rich Price laughing out loud about the go-kart. Roger with the D says, Western equivalent of learning basics of Buddhism was the TV show Monkey. Was actually a Japanese show heavily dubbed. Never saw it. Did you ever see that, Philip? Show
no.
Called Monkey. No. Last 3 comments. Jay Easy says, from speaking with Thai ladies, they prefer clean-shaven faces. Yes, as whiskers scratch their face. And Thai women have very fine, soft faces, by the way. Lot 265 says, Happy New Year, Cooper and family. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Mr. For Your Sister, everyone take care, and we will. Thank you very much. And Lot 265 with the final comment says, I'm watching Chips on Prime. Remember that? Eric Estrada. Yep. Driving their Harleys, police bikes.
Yep.
I used to love watching that show. Well, I'd like to thank our special guest, Philip, for coming on and introducing himself and saying hello to the channel. Thank you very much, Philip, for coming on.
Thank you.
Nice to finally meet you, buddy.
Same here. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you and the rest of the people on the channel.
Well, if I was in New York this time of year, I'd probably have a beard as long as yours, too. And Jay Easy says with a final comment, have a great week. See you all soon. And thank you, Jay Easy. Everybody in the live stream, please give us a thumbs up. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it is highly appreciated. It helps support the channel and helps boost it with the YouTube algorithm. So if you guys haven't seen it, now's the time to watch our outro where you can see our most famous places that we love, and they're beautiful here in Thailand. So until Monday's live stream with me and Brooke Snyder, take care, God bless, and stay tuned.
Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thai adventure. Oh, what a thrill! Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai adventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad Thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Cooper's Thai adventures. Oh, what a thrill! Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai adventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Cooper's holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace. Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase.